There was a little bit of negativity going into this game. So people were expecting, is it going to be a draw? Among AFTV pundits, they all predicted draw for this game. But guess what? Arsenal blew Inter Milan away at their home ground, the famous San Siro Stadium. Boom, 3-1. And Gabriel Jesus getting a start and banging two goals. What a two great goals. And you gotta give credit to him, really. The man has gone through two ACL injuries and came back, and he's still firing up. He still had the hunger and still pushing. And he said it several times, he wants to achieve great things at Arsenal, and you could see the passion in this guy. Now you look at also Trossard providing that wonderful assist with a great header and then putting it on the plate for Gabriel to finish. But one thing we have to look at, we have to take all the positive. We have to talk about all the positive and give credit to the boys. It was fantastic display. The rotation, you will be thinking, okay, if you come out with a draw in this one, you're gonna, go with your head high and say, oh yeah, went to San Siro with a good with rotation and still came out with something. But no, these guys were fired up. Mascara returning from 6-week layoff. It looks like he just went on a 2 days holiday and came back, and bro, he was really solid. Solid performance from the defenders and the midfielders and attackers. Wonderful. And that is something we have to take into the next game against Manchester United at the Emirates. But one thing we have to look at, we have to analyze, is the midfield, the number 10 position. I've said this in previous videos. If you could go back to previous videos I did comparing Odegaard and Eze, you would see the points I highlighted in that video. When Eze is playing, Eze as number 10 is more central, attacking centrally. He could drift to the right to help out, but then he drives through the middle. He passes to me, he receives ball through the middle, he makes play from the middle, and he puts himself in a position where he could actually shoot at goal or provide an assist or create something. Now, that is what we don't have from Odegaard. Odegaard is leaning towards the right 90% of the time, passing more to the right, running towards the right, or tracking back, waiting back for Saka to pass back to him instead of positioning himself central. Now, look at this way. Look at the first goal Gabriel Jesus scored. The first goal, Eze received that ball central and passes to Jesus. And then look at his movement. Straight going into the box. He didn't wait. He didn't have to drift, let me stick around. And no, he ran into the force to double up the numbers, to increase the numbers of the players in the box so that you can flick that ball to him, or rebound can actually fall to him for him to finish. He's not waiting. He's not really messing around or hiding. No, he wants to get involved as soon as he passes that ball. He wants to get in quickly. That is what you don't get from Odegaard. I don't care how much you like him, like at Mikel Arteta, how much he loves him. You don't get that in from Odegaard. You don't get that display from Odegaard. You don't get that kind of movement from Odegaard. No. And again, look at the second, before the second goal. Before the third goal. Now look at where in the second half. There was a time the ball was on the right flank. Look at where he received the ball. That was this shot, the left-footed shot he had on target. It wasn't a powerful shot, but then goalkeeper saved it. But you could see where he positions himself. When the ball is on the right, Eze doesn't need to drift to the right because he has Saka and then the right fullback doubling up on that right flank. Why do you need to be there? Why do you need to drift to the right again, make it a third person on the right? No, he stays central between the number 6 and the central defender of the opponent. He puts himself there just so you could see somewhere to pass that ball centrally, and he receives it. Now, when he receives that ball, he can actually find Trossard, he can find Jesus or Gyökeres, whoever that is playing as number 10, number 9, and he can also find a running Declan Rice, who's that last man making a run into the box as number 8. He could do that. Or if these defenders are closing these players, then he creates chance for himself and shoot at goal. This is what you don't get from Odegaard. He doesn't make these things, and he doesn't understand this role as a number 10. Now, it is okay. Odegaard is not a bad player. Don't get me wrong. He is a good player. But the thing is, when it comes to the role of number 10, Eze understands this role better than him. Eze knows what a number 10 does, and maybe because he has played a lot with a more central striker all through his career, and he understands this role. Odegaard doesn't. In my opinion, he's more of a number 8 than a number 10. And sadly, Arteta finds it comfortable to still have him keeping Eze on the bench. I don't know. It could be the last time he was asked, they say Eze has had a lot of games compared to what he used to have at Crystal Palace at this point of the season, at this stage of the season. Now, I don't know if that's the reason. I don't know if there's something Eze is not doing right. Some people complain he's off the ball movement and off the ball tracking and all of that, but he's a number 10. The reason we were blowing teams up when Odegaard was injured was because of Eze's movement, Eze's positioning. Even when he's not playing so well, his positioning and movement gives the team a lot of opportunity to open teams up. We were not complaining of low blocks when Odegaard was injured. We were blowing teams away. We're scoring 2, 3, 4 per game. Now, we are not talking about, we went to Nottingham Forest and we say, they are playing low block. We're complaining, giving Arteta excuses. Arteta was at fault in that game. Odegaard had no business staying that long on the pitch. And even when you're putting him up, you bring in Mikel Merino. That tells us that, okay, he wants to go for long balls and, of course, set piece opportunities for Merino and putting more height in the box. That is okay. It was understandable. But at that moment, we needed to create. Merino is not the best creative midfielder we can talk about in that kind of game. You need an Eze. And when you brought him on, look at Eze making run into the box quickly. So these are things Mikel Arteta have to analyze properly and understand that Eze is actually the real number 10 we need at the team. And if we fail this season as a result of teams are playing low blocks at the Emirates, it's on you, Mikel Arteta. It is on you. Solve this number 10 headache and give Eze the chance to play football. This dude, all he does is play as a number 10, and that's what we want to see. It doesn't mean Odegaard is not a good player. He could come in. In fact, Nwaneri is a better number 10 than Odegaard. And it doesn't mean Odegaard is not a good player. He is a good player. It's just that this role, number 10 role, these two players understand it better than him. Unfortunately, he's the captain, but you can't sacrifice this season, sacrifice Premier League, sacrifice Champions League just to make Odegaard happy. I'll see you guys on the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and help your boy grow. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good day.